It's about to happen. Later on tonight, the entire 24-car field that you'll see in the main game have all raced in this series. In fact, 7 of them have been champions in this category. It's time to find out. Here's the newest star in the Dunlop Series as the lights go out for the first time. Best with a lot of wheel spin. Gomersal's made a great start, and so too has Lockie Dalton in the Blanchard Racing Team car. But it's Brad Vaughan that sweeps to the front for the first time in the Brad Jones Racing Commodore. Gomersal on the outside of Ryan Thompson, who's awkward through the middle of turn 1, and up to 2 we go for the first time. Great start for the South Australian. Whoa, forced up on the curb, then hangs a couple of cars out to dry. The Commodore leads. There's a bit of feeling in the middle between Jordan Sinney and Nash Morris, with Matt Hillier ahead.
This isn't over, because down into 4 now, it is a genuine pass. Being forced off there, but Zach had to do that. He had to, Zach had to open up the steering wheel because to get him away from being on the inside down the hill. So it's a genuine crisscross there.
Isn't that an eerie shot with those dark skies above, the lights on here at Sydney Motorsport Park, and just like that we come around to complete a first lap. So Morris in the middle with a bit of a rub there on the front left of his Road Pod 55 car for Tickford Autosport. By the end of the first lap, it's a decent margin, and Brad Vaughan has got at least 6 or 7 car lengths on the field as he leads lap 1.
And Ryan managed to get past Zach as well, so they're going to have to work together to get back through and not let the leaders get away.
Campbell Logan being passed here by Jordan Sinney, who won the round last year. Logan just tucked himself in to make it single file through that first turn. Behind is Cody Bircher. And up the inside is Eddie Hodson, the fast Kiwi star for Madstone Racing.
2 rows, 2 wide.
Why not? And they need to, because there's really only a couple of passing opportunities now to get it done.
See, he hangs on the outside there, then he's the inside down here. So you can see they're going to try and go 2 wide through here. This is... You can see none of them get a great start here. They don't launch too well. Bailey Hall stalls on the start there, but the front row, neither of them got a good clean start. You see Zach initial launch is good, and then he just bags it up in the second phase.
So we missed that with Bailey Hall, who's tucked in behind the Dunlop sign there. So he's got a bit of work to do back in 20th position, 8 seconds away from the lead group. And they knew that turn 1 and turn 2 was going to be critical with the shortage of passing opportunities they have on the short track tonight. This is where the feeling got too hot for some at the top of turn 2.
You can see Zach Best on the inside, and then he's on the outside for turn 3, which is a nightmare. He got forced wider and then pushed off, and Ryan was able to get past him. So he wouldn't have wanted that. It's his teammate. He can't race his teammate as hard as what he is going to want to, and you can see then again Zach just opens up the wheel. A little bit of experience there.
This was Bircher on Eddie Hodson. It's the second incident across the top of what the access tunnel is underneath. Around 37 degrees for qualifying. It's now around 27 degrees. So completely different playing arena to what we saw about 3 hours ago in qualifying. Zach Best scored pole position for his first race of the 2026 season. Can't say enough about this young guy's efforts earlier today. Last year was about learning every lap. He got behind the wheel of this Anderson Motorsport Mustang, but that's got to be confidence building in the top 3 on day number 1. In the MCM car, around the outside is Bailey Hall.
It's a long way to go, Bailey. If he can keep it there, oh, it's working.
It's working so far. He might get it done. Good move from Bailey Hall.
Oh.
Slots ahead of his teammate in his first start for Eggleston Motorsport. You don't do that too often up there. Across the S's and down the hill here with 16 minutes remaining in this mid-pack scrap. It's awesome. Matt Charter working Tommy Smith here around the outside, daring to dream, and he might just get this done. But it brings Bailey Hall into it as well. This will get spicy on the main straight. Charter tucks in.
Bailey shouldn't have backed out of it there. He should have kept his foot in to keep his nose in there to not allow Charter to come back in. So a little bit timid there. First race, just probably wanting to get through it cleanly, but that was pretty hairy.
The most experienced guy taking on the least experienced guy in race 1 of the Dunlop Series for 2026. And battling down the field in 15th and 16th position. It's up to turn 2. Door is open for Bailey Hall. It's a long way around. Gee, it's hectic up the top here at turn 2.
It's getting heated now. What do we got? We've got 15 minutes left, boys. There's plenty of running still. Let's not get too excited just yet. Chasing down Tommy now and see if he can get a couple more spots before the end of this, which he should. Tommy's off. He's got another one. And that's with the fatigue, with the with the younger guys, a mental drain on having to do a longer race, which they're not used to. Tommy, this is a heavier car. He's having to experience so much more. He's changing gears with his left hand. He's having to double heel and toe. There's so much more involved with this, and it's mentally draining for the younger guys that are inexperienced. And that's this time in the race is when they start to make mistakes.
Drops into 20th position with that moment. And at the tail of this group of cars, Alice Buckley, in fact, has pulled away from Bailey Hall and Matt Charter. So good standout. She was quick yesterday in practice in the first 10 minutes. Here's what happened to Tommy Smith and just come in wide.
Just understeered, mate, just all the way off. And you can see he gathered it up nicely. Very easy to damage the front splitter trying to get back on too soon. You can see he just made sure he got the car straight. Didn't want to try and jerk it back onto the circuit and have a drum. A handful of understeer with that. You can almost read what brand of gloves he's got on. It's that high. But he did well. Kept it on the track, or not on the track, but not going off and making a mess of it.
Little to no connection between the steering wheel and the front tyres on the number 16 SCT Logistics holder for Matt Stone Racing. Brad Vaughan, this gap has been seesawing between 0.8 of a second and 1.3 seconds all race long. A replay here at turn 2. And that's the Elliot Cleary car off the concrete hardstand and out into the fairly dry outfield. I wouldn't say it's bone dry out there. Very green pastures around here at Sydney Motorsport Park in 2026. And Tommy Smith locking up a right front and skating off the track as well. So good initially, but this is that learning curve he's got to face.
Yeah, like we spoke about, this is the fatigue. It's deep in the race. It's been hot conditions today. These guys would be thinking it's time to get out.
That drops Smith again back into 20th after being in 19th for a moment at least in car 16. Leaders coming out of turn 2, and now it starts to build up for second and third.
Ryan is driving the car really well. You see him coming out on the inside and sort of half-carring him on the exits and really squaring the car up.
First to second, outside that top 5, you got Lockie Dalton, Matt Hillier, who's today's big mover. Off the track is Gomersall. The pressure on the number 6 car has sent him out into the weeds, but he has a reasonable margin back to Matt Hillier and should be fine in 6th, and is.
Lockie Dalton would be breathing a sigh of relief now after driving around behind it. Zach's driven up onto the back of these guys, so this is going to get hot. It's going to get pretty heated towards the end here.
The South Australian. Here comes Brad Vaughan. Final lap in what's been a fairly clean affair on the short track tonight at Sydney Motorsport Park, and the South Australian on his way home.
Fantastic start to his season this year.
So let's have a look quickly. Underneath the yellow Super 2 stick, you'll see there is the air jack that's still poking down.
That's going to hinder Zach when he's trying to roll the car and turn it right. And if the jack doesn't go back up, it's like holding the car off the ground. You don't want to clip it on one of these curves, right where Brad's going through now, and tear it out of the chassis.
So Brad Vaughan disappears down the hill for the final time. 2 race wins next to his name in a Dunlop Series, and this will get his season off to an absolute flyer after making the best of the start on the front row. Dormer HVAC, who've been backing this young guy for many, many years. If he doesn't celebrate this one, I'll give it away. It'll be Brad Vaughan's night under lights here in Sydney as he flashes the headlights, and Brad Jones Racing win day number 1. On for the minor positions. Good will be second, with Thompson and Zach Best home to fill those top 3 positions. With Dalton home for 5th, Gomersall regrouped himself to finish in 6th, albeit 17 seconds away as he leads Matt Hillier. Bailey Sweeney, Nash Morris and Jordan Sinney all home. Sinney, last year's round winner here at Sydney Motorsport Park, will score a top 10 result with Campbell Logan behind and Cody Bircher.
Oh, they did a great job. They managed the car, managed the tyres throughout that whole run.
Great job, Brad Vaughan, 3.4 seconds to win. 1 of 2 Holdens inside that top 10, making 3 with Jordan Sinney. Goodall, Thompson, Zach Best still inside that top 5. Etten Hodson home for 13th position, with Bailey Hall 14th, Alice Buckley in 15th, back to Matt Charter in 17th, and Tommy Smith losing momentum towards